Hey, welcome back. Peace, family. What's going on? Carolina's own. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. So, for anyone that's new to the channel, we talk about business credit, entrepreneurship, how to get access to capital. For those of you new to the channel, my name is Audrey Truesdale. I am a business funding coach, so to speak. I help entrepreneurs and business owners streamline getting access to capital using a simple 5-step method to get over $100,000 in funding for their business. And so tonight we're gonna really get into step 5. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Come on in. Let us know where you tapping in from. We're gonna get into it tonight. We're gonna show you how to get the bank, how to get this money from the banks. If you are on Facebook, also, you will need to give StreamYard permission so that I can see your name. So I appreciate whoever said, "What up, Audrey," in the Facebook group. I appreciate you. But yeah, man, we're going to get into it tonight. Tonight, we're going to be talking about step 5, how to actually find banks, how to find credit unions in your local area. We're going to give you some strategies and some tips on how to find banks because, once you build your business profile, which we talked about 2 weeks ago, right? Once you get that business profile, you get about 4 trade lines established on that profile. Now it's time to go to the bank. Now it's time to, sit down with the bankers, have a conversation, find out what programs they have and things like that. So shout out to the insurance lady. Hello. Facebook users, again, you will have to give StreamYard permission. I can't see you guys' names. I'm gonna have to go over to Facebook. 1 second. I might have to actually go over here to Facebook because I can't see your names and I want to give people they props. But yeah, we're gonna get into it tonight. We're gonna show you guys how to find banks. That's why we name this The Truth About No Personal Guarantee. When is the time to PG? When is the time to not PG? All right, so we're gonna get into that tonight. Again, as you come into the live stream, tap in, let me know where you're coming from, where you tapping in from. Hey, what's going on, Carlina? What's going on? Carolina's in the building. The homie Fennell, what up? Appreciate you tapping in. Yeah, so great week, man. Had some good conversations. Yeah, man, it's been a great week. Wrapped up the online training. So for those of you who have booked your free strategy calls, check your emails. Send out a text with a free gift. So make sure you check your emails and get set up. Also, if you have not booked your free strategy call, where we can walk you through how to get your 80 paydex, how to build up your cheat sheet, how to actually build up your business credit profile in 60 days or less, how to find banks, what we're going to talk about tonight, how to structure your personal credit, whatever questions or issues or problems that you're having with getting funding for your business. Text free to 980-825-4360. Again, that's text free to 980-825-4360 and set up your free strategy call. For those of you who set the free strategy call up between this live stream and Monday, as of the date of this recording, you will be getting a special gift. So you want to make sure that you get your strategy call set up today. All right. So if you're watching this on the replay, go ahead and text that number free 980-825-4360. So what we got? My man James. Shout out to my man James, yo. I gotta get some of your sweatsuits, bro. I like your style, I like the flavor, man. It's dope, everything about the whole brand. I know you just got signed up with that business t-shirt club, so don't go too crazy, man. Yeah, I mean, don't go too crazy, but yeah, man, definitely, shout out to you, salute to you. I appreciate the kind words too as well, man. It's always good to know, when you get on these live streams every week, you don't know what's the impact possibly could be, but just going through the comments on the channel and even some of my older live stream videos, it's just good to see the love. It's good to see the people get results. I get texts and DMs every day. People was, getting approved for gas cards, getting approved for NAV accounts, getting approved for Amex cards. It's just good to see that, the impact is there. People are actually taking action. That's all I ask. I don't get on here and ask for any money. I don't, this is all free. All I ask is a like for the YouTube algorithm, right? But it is good to see that, the information is useful and people are taking action and executing. Okay. Yeah, man. Definitely. Definitely. My guy, Andrew, what's going on? Denver in the building. Appreciate you. Couldn't wait to make it back to the podcast. Oh man, I know how it go, brother. You in my prayers, man. Definitely, man. Praying for you and the family, man. I know how it can go, man. It's a crazy time we in right now. Miss Melissa Rowell. I'm gonna start posting these. What's going on, Melissa? Hope all is well. What is up? What up, Carlina? Carolina in the building. East Carolina family. Fennell, already know Carolina's own in the building. Also, again, I'll be speaking at the collaboration tour tomorrow. So if you in, I would say a 2-hour ride to Charlotte, whether that's Columbia, Greensboro, Raleigh, Durham, come on out to the collaboration tour. It's tomorrow. It starts, I believe, doors open at 5. The event starts at 6 p.m. So let me bring that up, man, because I'll be out there. Your boy is going to be speaking, first speaking engagement, man. So it's going to be dope, man. It's going to be a good time, good vibes. My OG Ramon, man, he blessed me and put me on the panel, man. So, your boy going to be out here in these business credit streets. But yeah, tomorrow, man, tap in, real estate and wealth building, right? So we're going to talk about business credit. We're going to show you how to structure your credit report. It's important because the last thing you want to do is get this information and then, just let it fall to the wayside. I always say execution over excuses, man. And really, honestly, at this point, let me just say this. If you are struggling with how to find business capital, how to structure your personal credit, how to actually leverage credit, it's too much information out here for you to not be for you to still be stuck at the gate. I'm not saying that you got to come out and be an expert. I'm not saying that you got to necessarily go and get 100, 200, 300,000 in funding, but at least you can get an LLC set up. You can get your EIN and bank account set up. I talked about that in week 1 of this whole 5-part series. So at this point, when I'm talking to people and they I'm gonna wait and get my LLC next week, we don't have next week. We do not have next week. Next week is not a thing. We only got today. What can we do today to push the needle forward? Period. Can we get the business bank account established? BB&T, you can open it up online. It's no excuse. So I just wanted to get that out there because a lot of people hit me up, man. I like your channel, you dope, but I just gotta get a few things straight. No, we ain't gotta get nothing straight. Let's get the DUNS number. Let's register the business, right? Let's make sure we ain't in the high risk industry, right? Let's list the business. Let's do this stuff properly, y'all. The videos is up. Let's go through the channel. Everything is up. Everything is up. As far as step 1, how to form a business. Step 2, how to go ahead and be bank compliant. Step 3, how to list your business. Step 4, how to build small trade lines, right? We showed you that whole 80 payday strategy, 2 NAV accounts, 2 gas cards. So the information is out there, family. We just got to execute. That's the bottom line at the end of the day, man. We got to execute, y'all. But I just wanted to say that because, a lot of people, they make a lot of excuses, but never take any action. What's going on, Barbara? Fayetteville, Vietnam in the building. Man, shout out to Fayetteville, man. Vietnam. Hey, what's going on, Portia? Hope all is well. Appreciate you, Carlina. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, first speaking engagement. So it's going to be dope, man. Y'all definitely want to be in the building. I'm going to give out as many gems as Ramona let me. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. But yeah, tomorrow, Thursday, October 14th, man, Charlotte, North Carolina. Make sure you're in the building for the collaboration tour. Register for your free for your tickets. I'm about to say free strategy call. Had to catch myself. But what up, Jade? Jade in the building, working. man, she put in so much work. Proud of you, man. Like, I just got to salute you for that. Like, Jay really putting in that work, y'all. Like, we talked yesterday, helping to get some stuff straight for a family and everything, man. So she working, man. Like, shout out to Jay. She's super dope. Great business mind. You know what I mean? You know, and this, like I said, that's one person that I can honestly say that don't let no obstacles get in the way. You know, when you working with people or when you reaching out to people and you want them to help you, you know, one thing I always would suggest is try to come into it with a uh, a mindset that you are going to offer value. It's very rare that I meet people where it's like, hey, I'll do this for you if you help me with this. You know, it's always like, hey man, I need this, I need. Not, hey man, what do you need? How can I help? What trade lines do you think are beneficial to your viewers or whatever the case? So just wanted to put that out there, man. Yeah. Let's see. My guy Pro Wash, get that business credit like a boss. Yes, sir. Georgia Pro Wash in the building, man. Make sure y'all check them out on Facebook. Make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube, man. Them boys doing big things down in Georgia, man. So salute to you guys. Yeah, man. Be more than the trade lines. I mean, at the end of the day, and that's what we're really gonna get into tonight, Georgia Pro. We really gonna get into the whole no PG, all the stuff that's out there, right? We won't really break that down tonight. So, but yeah. So again, tomorrow, Thursday, October 14th, collaboration tour is going down. Think venue opens at 5 and the event starts at 6. So make sure you're in the building. I want to personally tap in with you, meet you. You know, let's talk about how we can get funded. You know, let's get it, man. Jay, so I'm dedicated. Hey, you definitely dedicated. That is a fact. Jade ain't playing. Y'all, I'm telling you, I'm just putting this out here, Jay. So this ain't no pressure. But I promise you, by January, Jay gonna have $100,000. She's gonna have $100,000 in funding. I'm gonna just put that out there. Yeah, I see that. I see that. Yep. I see it. I see it coming for sure. What's going on, Regina? Making Georgia. What up? Georgia in the building. Love Georgia, man. Y'all be repping. My wife needs your help to get to that next level. Oh, absolutely, bro. So yeah, Georgia, let's just tap in with me, man. Set up a free strategy call. If you text 980-825-4360. And yeah, let's get it straight, man. Let's get it set up, man. See what we need to do. You know, it's free call, you know, it's no fee at all. Yeah, so let's set it up, my brother. Carlita said, I didn't know you offer funding now. Yeah, we doing big things, man. We not playing in these streets, man. We do it. Jay said, I speak it, I claim it. Absolutely, Jay. $100,000. Believe that. Yes. So tonight we're gonna be talking about how to find banks in your local area, how to find banks that are lending. Okay, it's one thing to go to a bank, but it's another thing to go to a bank that actually is lending money. Okay, you could bank with Chase, BOA, whatever, but if you can't go in that bank and understand how to structure things and what programs and lending products they have, then that relationship really is useless to you, right? Like if you haven't structured your personal credit properly, then it's going to be a struggle on the getting funding for your business. Now, one thing to note, there are 3 legs to credit, right? So you got, you know, assets, right? If you got like a building or if you got like a box truck or if you own a vehicle outright, right? Or if you own a property free and clear, no mortgage, no liens, you got assets that you can secure funding against, right? Then there's personal credit. So you know, personal FICO, 700, 720, 740 range. So you can use your personal credit if you don't have assets, or if you have assets but you don't want to leverage the assets, right? Maybe you got a free and clear property that you don't want to put a mortgage or get a line of credit against, so then you can just use your personal credit. And then you have revenue-based funding, right? So if you're bringing in $2 million, $5 million, $10 million a year, then you could go to the bank and say, hey, look, I'm bringing in 2.5, 5 million, 8 million, $10 million a year. I don't want to use my personal credit as a guarantor for this funding, right? So it's all gonna, and that's more corporate credit, right? So I'm evolving. I'm kind of getting under a feel for that corporate credit side of things. But I will say this: personal credit, which we're gonna get into tonight, PG is the fastest route to getting funding for your business, meaning it is the path of least resistance. If you know anything about electricity, it always finds the path of least resistance, meaning it doesn't like to travel a lot, right? It doesn't like to go through a lot of hoops. Same with your funding goals. You don't want to be going through all these hoops and twists and turns and doing all these backflips to try to get funding. You want to structure that personal credit report properly so you can walk into any bank, what we're going to talk about tonight, and get funding. Just walk in. Hey, what do you got? Oh, okay. What's the qualifications? Okay, you need paperwork, tax returns. Okay, cool. I'll be back. Boom. Put it on the table. Put the application in. Get approved. That's ideally how you want to be doing this thing. Okay, so that's all I wanted to touch on, man. So yeah, the collaboration tour is going down. Is going down. Also, for anyone who is watching this on the replay, make sure you join the free Facebook group. Okay, make sure you join the free Facebook group, because we want you to be a part of the family. We want you to be a part of the community. So I just want to pull up the free Facebook group. Shout out to everybody that's a part of it already. We appreciate the love and support, man. But yeah, definitely join the Business Credit Builders Facebook group, CBCA Network. All right. We have dope conversations in there. It's a community. We in there, we finding banks, we reaching out to banks. We got approvals damn near every day. I would probably say every day or every other day we got approvals in this group. I could be wrong. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we got approvals like every day or every other day. Matter of fact, let's do this, because they're going to think I'm lying. They're going to say, it's cap. It's cap. Man, this guy lying. He's lying. Ain't nobody getting no funding in this group. All right, so let's go through you can see me. I'm on the live. Boom. Approved for BP MasterCard, 6,500. Fuel Man, 2,500. NTB, Capital One Spark, 2,000. Boom. It's a lot of money to me. It's a whole lot of zeros in this post. That's almost 10 grand. That's 45. That's 965. That's like $15,000 in funding. So if you're not a part of the group, I mean, what are you waiting on? What's the hold up? We waiting on you. We ready to get you some funding, whatever we can help you. But yeah, that's just one post now. Let's keep scrolling. Let's just go through. Let's go through. Shout out to my man Jose, man. We got our strategy card book. Let's see. Boom. Fuel Man. My guy got 20K on the Shell card. Woo-wee. Then 11.5 A to B. Lord have mercy. Shout out to my man Justice, man. That's my guy, man. I appreciate the love, family. But yeah, man. I mean, it's just every week, man. My man JB ain't on here tonight. I know JB coming with an approval because I hooked him up with my guy Wex. So yeah, I mean, it's just every week. Every week we getting approvals. The group is growing. We building. One thing about our Facebook group, man, we celebrate the wins, and that's one thing I don't know if I really did a good job of that during this journey, man. Honestly, just during this whole process, me getting funding for one business, now working on the second. So you got to celebrate all the wins, man. Every trade line. I don't give a damn if it's Summa Office Supplies, if it's NAV, if it's BP MasterCard, if it's a Bank of America business credit card. Celebrate all the wins. When you get that first client, celebrate that. When you open that first brick and mortar location, you get those first sales, man. You got to celebrate that, man. When you get them $20,000 Shell card, gas card approvals, man, put that in the group, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I love getting them DMs, man, with people telling me they got an 80 payday just off of my content, man. So That's one thing we got to do, family. We got to celebrate all wins, and that's one thing I like about the morning meetup, man. Shout out to my homie Brand, man. So dope. Brand is so dope. But yeah, she hit me with that, man. We was in the morning meetup, man. If you're not a part of the morning meetup, what are you doing? That's first and foremost. This is not even a commercial, man. Shout out to my man Shans, man. That podcast challenge. I'm in there. I'm taking notes, brother. I'm in between my work shift taking notes, brother. But yeah, man, and morning meetup, man, it's really like a family, man. I try to create that vibe with the Carolina Business Credit Alliance group, man. Real talk. Like, honestly, I'm not even a hater, right? I quote unquote own the group, but every Sunday I open up the group, and this is documented facts. Every Sunday we open up the wall. Tell us who you serve. What product do you sell? Post your website. Post your Facebook group. Post your Facebook page so people can support whatever you got going on. You know what I mean? Like, real talk. Like, I'm just one business owner trying to help other business owners. You know what I mean? Yeah, so it's definitely dope to see just in a short amount of time that this stuff really works. So, if you're watching this on the replay, you're not sure how do I build business credit or how do I get funding or I'm confused about this or that or whatever the case may be, man. Just make sure you text free to 980-825-4360. Book your free strategy call, and we can help you break some of that up. We can help you cut through the chase and cut through all the BS that's going on. I saw a post today about A to B, still trash. I don't care what y'all say. Every week I'm going to come on this live stream, and A to B is trash. It's trash. I'm sorry. It's a trash gas card, period. I don't care what you say. Until it reports, A to B is trash. But that's just me. I mean, that's just me. I'm a ride with that BP Mastercard to the end. I'm a ride with that Shell card to the end. So again, if you want to get A to B, no judgment here. But I'm just gonna speak my mind. It's trash, and I don't want nothing to do with A to B. Straight up. What's good, family? K-Tex, my man said he got 25 racks. Was that you, K-Tex, I talked to? I think that was you, man, that said you got 25 bands from Navy. I told y'all every week we getting approvals. Name another channel that's got the approvals we got. I'll wait. Y'all post in the comments what other channel that comes on these live streams every week with approvals. Every week. Go back, watch. Not even from the early live streams in March and April. Go back from the live streams that started in September to now. And every live stream, tell me if I didn't get on this microphone and say that somebody had some type of approval. So I'll leave that. I'll leave y'all with that, man. Oh, shout out to the Credit Plug too, man. We got a link, man. That's my guy, man. Credit Plug, he a solid individual, man. I gotta salute him, bro. I gotta give that man his flowers, man. Like, Credit Plug, he's so lethal, man. That man, woo. He be coming with it, man. The content, man. He made me want to just go in the lab and get some content out. Every time I watch one of his videos, I'm like, all right, man, Credit Plug on his shit, man. I got to get on it. But, I'm here for the people, man. I'm here for the people. Yeah, K-Tex, let them know. 25 bands on the Navy. Yes, sir. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's 25 racks every week. It's not been a week when I've been on this live stream and we ain't had an approval. I can't recall a live stream where I didn't say somebody got approved. I just showed y'all my man K-Tex got 25 racks on a personal Navy card, right? That's $25,000 in capital. You got to remember, whether it's personal or it's business, it's capital. Now he can go and invest in marketing. He could take that marketing, do some Facebook ads, do some YouTube ads, right? Get his name out there. And he can 5X, 3X, 5X that funding. So I'll wait. I ain't seen nobody post in the comments that another channel got this many approvals. I'm waiting. I think we got it. I mean, I guess if you're watching this on the replay, let me know. Let me know if it's another. Let me know if it's another channel. Like I told you last week, my man DeAndre, 15 bands, FNBO, business credit card. My man K Tech said he got 25 bands. JB last week, 25 bands. My man right here, gas card, 25 racks for a trucking company. So we're gonna get into it, family. We're gonna get into it, man. It is what it is. Let's go through the comments real quick. My guy said, how do we get this info on the conference? Yeah, so Georgia, this was in Charlotte, man. So it's a little farther than Atlanta, man. But and condolences, man, to your family, man. We definitely keeping you in our prayers, bro. So that's first and foremost. Let me say that, man. So definitely, man, we're gonna keep your family, your wife, we're gonna surround her with prayers and love, bro. I appreciate you even tapping in tonight, man. I know that's a heavy blow to the family. So we're gonna be praying for you, brother. We're gonna be praying for your family, your wife, you, all of y'all strength, man. So yeah, definitely condolences, my brother. But yeah, man, this actually they're gonna have the collaborationtour.com. They're gonna have a meeting in Georgia, in Atlanta. So my guy Ramon Toops, my big bro, he's actually doing a collaboration tour in Atlanta. So I would tap in with him at the one in Georgia, man. Got a shell card, but all other gas cards want to deposit. What to do? All right, Shaylins, we're gonna get into that. If you want to come on the live stream, we got a special. And again, this is not to brag, it's not to boast, but Shaylin's Design, if you do want to come on the channel, I'm gonna put the link. If y'all guys want to join the live stream, here's the link to join the live stream. Come on the live stream. Let's talk about it. Let's figure out what's going on, Shaylin. So, but this is not to brag, but I got a special guest. So let me back up. Now, a lot of y'all hit me up. Y'all say, "Oh, I need help. Oh, I need this." You saying you want to get funding or whatever the case. I'm trying this, I'm trying that. But then I ask you, hey, have you done this? And then I never hear back, or you hesitant to say no. But this individual I'm going to bring on the live stream, right? Not only is this young lady in her bag, let me just first and foremost say that. She in her bag. Like, she in her bag, for real, y'all. But the crazy thing about this whole situation, I mean, when she reached out to me, she just had a few questions. She was kind of hesitant, nervous. But then she just took off like a rocket just from the information. So my whole thing is, let's execute, family. And this is why I brought her on the stream, because if we execute, it's really no excuse. If we get a hiccup, cool. I get denied, I get hiccups, or things happen, right? I don't always get an approval, but I don't let that stop me. She didn't let that stop her, right? So we're gonna deep dive into this thing now. I know she got some questions, man. We're gonna kind of go through this, man. And again, we're gonna get into this whole how to find banks, how to find lending institutions, credit unions. Shout out to State Employees Credit Union of Maryland. All of that. So let me pull this up, man, because we're gonna get into this report, man, tonight. But yeah, so who was that? Who was that said that they had a question about the deposit? But yeah, man, if y'all not a part of the morning meetup, man, I'm gonna put the link in the description. Definitely hop in the morning meetup. It's only $1 to join, man. Like, what are you playing? You playing around with your business and your future for $1? Come on, family. We gotta do better. I heard A to B reports. Drew, who's shown you where? This is what I say, Drew. We need to see it on the report. We can all say, I heard this. I say it all the time. I don't necessarily I don't like to post trade lines or promote trade lines that I haven't personally seen report to my profile. So if I didn't see it, or 5 people didn't see it, I mean, who knows, Drew? I mean, I'm not saying that it's not facts, but I'm just saying right now, until they report, man, they trash. What's up, Miss Diane? Hope all is well. What's up, Miss Diane? Shout out to you for taking action, jumping into online training, man. Financial J&J, shoot me an email, info@CBCA Network. Let's see if we can hook you up with Navy, man. But yeah, we'll definitely tap in. But yeah, so we're gonna get into it, man. We're gonna get into it. I need to hear that show, my custom brand track suits. Yeah, we're gonna definitely. I'm gonna order mine, James. So just send me the link, bro. I'm gonna cash app you or PayPal or whatever I gotta do, bro. Them sweatsuits dope. But yeah, so we're gonna get into it, family, man. I'm gonna bring the homie in now. Here's the deal. Like I told y'all, I'm not one for excuses per se. I know life happens, things happen, even myself, the road can get bumpy. But this particular person took action. And not only did she take action, she got results. So that's the part that I want to have her kind of come on here and just talk about her journey. We're going to work through some things, some issues that she got, stuck on. We're going to kind of try to help you guys out, help you get unstuck if you are stuck. And in the process, kind of just talk about the journey, okay? So I'm going to bring my homie in, Miss Kia. What up, what up, what up? What's happening, man?
Good evening. How y'all doing?
Man, you the executor of the month, man. You
really?
Yeah, man, definitely. But man, thank you for joining the live stream, being a part of the channel, man. Definitely just want to, take some time to highlight your success, man. I know you've been working, you've been putting in that work, man. So just kind of tell the people, a little bit about where you're from, what your business is, and tell them when you started your whole building business credit journey.
How y'all doing, everybody? My name is Kia. I'm originally from New York and New Jersey, but I am a resident of Raleigh, North Carolina.
Raleigh.
I'm a realtor. I'm a realtor here, and I'm a broker. But that's not my business. I'm looking into getting into some other things, and I just started to think, what about business credit? And that thought came to me sometime in August of this year.
Hold on. August 2021. I want y'all to this is not scripted. Kia, no, I didn't script this. We just set it up. This is not scripted. August of 2021. Okay, continue.
So I started to like YouTube just to try to find my way. And I think maybe I heard someone say, just join a group, a Facebook group. But while I was YouTubing, I found Audrey.
Okay.
And I just started listening a little bit. It was something about him that made me want to listen. And when I joined the group, which is Get Business Credit, he was actually in the group.
Exactly. Shout out to Get Business Credit, Vanessa.
And something about his name, of course, stood out, and he answered a question. So I took it upon myself to start Facebook harassing him. Like I went straight up in his inbox, like, you want to help me? I need help. And that's kind of how it started. So my journey started August 16th.
Now let me see, and this is why I wanted to bring you on, because when you reached out to me, you reached out with, the typical, hey, I'm wondering about this or that. And the thing that I admire about you and why I wanted to highlight you is because everything I said was going on, or everything I kind of, gave pointers on, you executed on it, right? And got results. So can you talk about where you were when you reached out to me? What had you done? Where were you at when we kind of connected back? I think it was early September sometime.
It was early September. I had actually done the Quill and Uline on my own, just from looking online. I didn't think this was a thing. I thought this was something I was making up. So I'm searching for stuff. So I had already done that part on my own, and I was about to get into Granger, I think, and talks about BP. And I just read a lot. I don't like to talk, but I read a lot. So when I got in touch with Audrey, I had just got approved for BP. for $15,000. And I'm like, I don't know, you know, what is this all about? So I said, well, what now? He was like, go for Fuel Man, go for Fuel Man. I'm like, but there's the same, it's 15,000. Like, if I heard that if you apply to the same underwriter, you know, you might not get approved. Just do it. They might not give you the same amount. Just do it.
Right.
I said, okay, well, I'll do it. About 5 days later, I'm like, they gave me 9,500.
Hold on. Now I ain't trying to cut you off. I'm gonna let you get in your bag. But family, do y'all hear this? This is literally the day we connected. The next day she got what you said, 15 from BP?
BP.
And then 95 from Fuel Man. So that's 20 grand. And I mean, you know, gas cards, but hey, that's like I say, celebrate all wins, man. So I mean, I'm gonna let you continue. Go ahead. I mean, it's amazing. So
it was a little after Labor Day because I got denied for everything Synchrony. And that was where I was troubled. And that's what I was telling you. What do I do? You said, well, just keep going with that and see what happens. 1 month from the day that it all happened, September 16th, I got a Paydex score.
Boom.
Now, I will say I had NAV. I didn't know about the extra NAV, so I never got it. And I start asking, what do you think it is? What do you think it is? Like, what do you think did it? And I didn't think that BP did it because I never paid BP.
Right.
Yeah, BP wasn't due until October, but that's kind of how I started talking to Audrey, and he's helped me from this point, and I'm really close to getting to tier 2, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, and the thing too, just as a little backstory for everybody. So when we connected, you know, I was just kind of giving her like, hey, try this, you know, this is how you want to build a profile. You know, this is what they probably going to want for data points. And so up until this point, you just been working, man. And so I think what we're going to talk about tonight is, I know you had some questions or some issues. I know you were kind of focused on your Experian file and what was kind of, you know, you had some hiccups, or I think DMB, we golden, right?
We're golden on DMB.
Okay.
I messed up a bit on Experian because I just do, like, if you're telling me to do something, I'm gonna do it. What's the sense in waiting? Like, I just do it. So, but some things I was a little careless on, so I gotta just fix what I did. But yes.
Okay. Yeah, because I saw and I was kind of looking at your profile for Experian, and it's interesting. One thing I noticed, and you kind of brought it up when we talked a little earlier, was that your Amex was reporting to Experian, the business Amex. That was interesting.
Very interesting. I normally don't
see it. Yeah, I normally don't see them. Now I will say the city cards do report though. Like I got the city at AA Advantage. It reports to DMB and Experian. Okay. But my Amex card, to my knowledge, the business platinum doesn't report to my Experian profile for that business. So, but that's interesting. I mean, that's a gem, y'all. You know, them Amex cards. We love them Amex cards for sure.
Yeah, and just to say that Amex card had nothing to do with building business credit. I just got it because they offered it to me because I had a personal account with them. So it's been about 18 months right now.
Yeah. See, that was my first business credit card was the Amex Gold card too, $20K. So, and it's the thing I always tell people is that, you know, having a relationship on the personal side can really make things a whole lot easier on the business side, because that Amex card was, like you said, they pretty much gave me that card. Like literally, I just logged into my online banking one day to pay my bill, and they was like, "Hey, you've been approved for an Amex Gold card. Fill out this." And a week later, I had the card in the mail. I was like, "Damn, first business credit card." Yep.
You got some questions over there.
Got some questions. Hold on. Let's see. Let's get to the comments, man. My bad. I was. She PG. Yeah. So, the PG would be what, the Amex at this point? That's the only PG, right?
Yeah. I didn't know what PG was back then. Oh yeah. I just know that I had American Express personal. They offered it to me, so I guess it was a PG then, but I didn't know that language.
Right. Yeah. Now, you got some new approvals too, right? I think you said you got some personal approvals.
You told me to go for somebody. Who's that? rental place. Sunbelt.
Yeah, Sunbelt. So you got Sunbelt.
I got Floor & Decor, but I have COVID, so I can't spend I can't do anything. I'm stuck in the house, so I can't go buy anything. I have Brex.
Yep, Brex.
I just did business T-shirt.
Okay. Yeah, business T-shirt is good. They say they report the annual fee as a courtesy. I have yet to use it mine because I'm about to put out a line, but I'm building up a personal brand, so I'm gonna do some shirts for Black Friday. So I'm gonna probably use it then to order some shirts. But yeah, business T-shirt is good. They report to all 3 bureaus. And then you say you got Floor & Decor, they report to Experian too. And that's a revolving card, so that's good. Now, let me ask you this. So you said that your business is not being a realtor. So what business are you, like, what's your ultimate goal with funding? Or what business are you aiming to use the funding for?
Ultimately, I'm looking to have a senior daycare.
Okay.
Purchasing properties through my real estate, just having that knowledge, investing there, getting into transportation and just working it all the way. I'm not really totally there in my mind with what I want to do.
Got you.
I haven't pieced it all the way together. Like I said, on August 16th, it was just a thought.
Right.
But because I had my EIN number already, and because I have a business already, I will say for the ones who are listening, August 16th wasn't the day I started. August 16th is the day that I thought about business credit. So some things were lined up just for my business, which made it easier, which shows me that if you don't know what you want to do or you're not ready, at least get the foundation started, because it's made it a little bit easier for me.
Yeah, and that's one thing I tell my students and people who work with me, my mentees, open up an LLC every year. Just open up 1 or 2 and just tuck them to the side. You never know. I mean, because one thing about it, once you, like, for instance, for you, right, now that you kind of understand it, it's just a rinse and repeat. So we're going to get 2 more NAV accounts. We're going to get 2 gas cards. We're going to get, it's rinse and repeat in tier 1, right? Now, tier 2 is a little bit more nuanced. We got to kind of be a little more strategic. But again, having that relationship with Amex, you can get another Amex bit. Like with Amex, the thing I love about them is they don't really care. You can get 5, 8 Amex cards.
Oh yeah, that was my other approval. I got one last week from them. I just said, well, they said I could get one. Let me just try again.
Right. Yeah. Nah, that's interesting because like you said, you wanting to get into, the adult daycare, or is it adult facility?
Yeah, like a daycare for older people.
Got you. And that's interesting because, not only, and we here in North Carolina, so that industry as a whole is really, the door is wide open as far as opportunity. So now that you're learning the funding piece, the sky is really the limit at this point. Once you kind of unlock the door with how to get funding, right? How to find banks, which you're going to talk about, it's wide open.
Oh yeah. I'm loving it. It's such a challenge, and I love a challenge, and it's fun to me, actually.
That's dope. Now let me ask you this. Now you said you had some issues with Experian, and I know we talked about some Experian trade lines, but when I looked at what you had, it looked like you had the 2 gas cards reporting, and then NAV was on there, and then the Amex. So you got a solid business profile. Like, honestly, 4 trade lines on every bureau is really, that's why I tell people all the time, is because it's 2 routes you can take. Now, I'm of the mindset, I'm going to build business credit and I'm going to use my personal credit. And that's what we're going to get into tonight. When do you PG? When do you not PG? But one thing, when you're building out your profile, you really don't need but about 4 to kind of solidify the business profile. And so that's one thing I would say, even because a lot of people pay attention to the scores on NAV. Oh, my score dropped, or my score went this. It's not so much the score at a certain point. Now, we do want to be hovering around 70 or better at some point, but you got a solid profile. So I think we can kind of get into the weeds on what you probably want to be focusing on as far as how to build out tier 2. But just so you know, tier 1, you pretty much you knocked that out the park. Gas cards, nav account, you know what I mean?
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
It hurt my feelings because my score dropped.
And that's the thing. Well, that's because we conditioned on the personal side. I wouldn't say that. Yeah, I'd be like, ooh. But the thing with business scores is they factor in payment history and utilization. Now, the way that they calculate the utilization is different. And this is something that, you know, guys, if you're watching this on the live stream or if you're watching this live, you may want to take notes on this. But the way they calculate the utilization is they only give you credit for what you use. So let's take that same BP MasterCard, right? 19 grand. Let's say you only use 5,000 of that 19. On the personal side, that would be, well, let's just say you use 1,900 for round numbers. I'm horrible at math. That's 10% utilization, right? You got 19,000, you use 1,900. That's 10% on the personal side. But on the business side, they don't do 1,900 out of 19,000. They only say you use 1,900. That's your highest account trade line. That's the most you've used on a trade line that you have in your business name. And so then let's say you add Uline, you use 300. So now there's 1,900 plus 300. That's now your available credit. Then let's say you add Floor and Decor 300. Then you add 300 to that 1,900 plus 300. So you see what I'm saying? Like it's just gonna fluctuate all the time when you have balances, when you paying stuff off. That's why I always recommend, if possible, to pay 7 to 10 days early on the invoices, because you can kind of avoid running into that issue. Now, one thing, Miss Vanessa Lynn, shout out to her. One thing that she's telling people, and it kind of makes sense, is if you order between, let's say, the 18th and the 24th of the month, and then pay between like the 5th and the 8th, then you may not even have to run into an issue where the net 30 reports a balance. But I think once you pay off, what card was that? I forgot which card it was. I have to look at the profile. But I mean, as you add more trade lines, I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. You'll start to see that score improve.
Okay. So, mine was BP. I have questions, and your audience has a lot of questions.
Okay. Let's see what the audience got, man. Let's see what they got, man. Oh, man, y'all going in. Hold on. Somebody said just read everything from my BP card. Yeah, you're very welcome, DeMar. Oh, received. Okay, got it. Hey, BP on fire right now. We don't have BP. We have 7-Eleven. So, Drews, I would say, man, go ahead and get the WEX fleet card. If you get the WEX fleet card, you can use them at all gas stations. So, the Shell, 7-Eleven, QT, what's the other one? Valero, Wawa, all of them. Damn near every gas station in America. So,
I will say I used my BP MasterCard at Mobile today.
Damn, really?
Yeah, you may get like a 20-cent charge or something like that, but you can use it at other gas stations, so it's not just BP.
That's a jewel. Wow, I didn't know that. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so as long as it's a gas pump, you can use the BP MasterCard.
I believe so. I haven't got turned down yet, except for at Sam's Club.
Sam's. Well, we're gonna get into Sam's. Hold on. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, so she started August 16th with building business credit, but not the actual building. The LLC and everything was already in place. She just kind of, put the gas on the fire. So somebody said, does NAV really work? I heard good and bad. Yeah, NAV works perfect. Yeah, I ain't never had no problems with NAV. When you apply for the BP, what was your credit score at that time, if you don't mind me asking? So I think when you got the BP MasterCard, you didn't have scores, right?
Or you ask them, are they asking my actual personal scores, or are they asking my business scores? I didn't have anything. Business scores. My business scores, I didn't have anything. With my personal, I didn't PG.
Got you. Yeah, and that's the thing too. And remember, well, you might have missed that live stream I did with week 2, and I said this, and I'm gonna keep saying it. A lot of people don't have their bank compliance tight. They don't have the domain email with domain name. They don't have a local phone number. They're using a post office box or UPS. That can get you denied for funding. And I talked to 2 people today on the strategy call. That was the exact thing that was holding them back. They would, I just switched over from iPostal and now I got this net 30 or that net 30. So stay away from iPostal if at all possible. I know, everybody pocketbook is different. I personally like Opus. I'll put a link in the description if you want to sign up for Opus. I like Opus, and the reason why is not so much that Opus is better than any other virtual office, right? But the reason I like Opus is they give you pretty much everything. They give you a local phone number. They give you a 1-800 number. They're going to give you a fax number, okay? And they give you the physical location. So you pretty much, only thing you have to do is go to GoDaddy and get a domain name, and you pretty much off to the races with bank compliance. So definitely, yeah, Jay. So she said, did she PG any of these? Yes. So the Amex was definitely PG. And that's pretty much it, right? The Amex, right?
I PG the Amex, but I don't know what happens, Audrey, when you continue to get more business cards. Are they really? Yeah, they're all PG'd under Amex, right? Is that how it
Right.
is?
Right.
They're not pulling your credit again.
Right. Yeah. So Amex only does one hard inquiry when you get the first card, and then pretty much everything after that is no hard inquiry. But now the caveat to that, a lot of people are not aware. What they do is they pull soft pulls every month. Every month they going and taking a peek, taking a peek. So that's why they're able to give you those offers. Chase does the same thing, just as a FYI. So if you get a Chase business card. I like Chase too, and one thing I wanted to note too, and you could tell. So when you structure your personal credit, it seems like you got a pretty solid personal credit score.
Yeah, but
Okay.
we're also going back 4 or 5 years. Since
Gotcha.
then, my debt to income ratio has changed a little bit, but I stay between 690 and 720. There's someone asking now what credit score that I have. Probably a 720 when I originally got my American Express back in 2016, which allowed for Amex to offer me the gold card.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, and that's a good point. I typically say if you hover around 720, you shouldn't have any problems. Now, one thing, and I'm gonna talk about this in my I'm doing a 1-day boot camp here in November. So I'll have some more information for everybody coming up on that 1-day boot camp. But one thing that I'm gonna touch on is that, score is not the only thing you want to pay attention to when you're going for business funding, because a lot of these small banks that we're gonna talk about, they're not necessarily concerned what your credit score is. They're concerned what's on the credit report. So how does it structure? What accounts do you have? Do you have tier 1 banks like Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo, Citi? Do you have that tier 2, Amex, Capital One, tier 3, Navy Federal, Penn Federal? So all of those banks, depending on how that credit report reads, because you could have a bunch of store cards, Victoria's Secrets and Dick's Sporting Goods, and you could get no funding for your business because of that profile, even if you had a 680, 700, 750, because they look at those cards as more tier 4, kind of not so good, right? Because the way they look at it, when you have a bunch of synchrony on the personal side, they look at it as like, well, anybody can get that card, but it's harder to get an Amex. It's harder to get a BOA card for 20 grand, 10 grand. You know what I mean? So that's just something to keep in mind for everybody that's tapping in. How you structure your credit report can play a role in the type of funding you get for your business. Now, you already had the Amex relationship, which I always preach, having a relationship. So it was really like a walk in the park, right?
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah.
And the more you spend with them, the more they give you. They give me more than I can do anything with.
And that's the beauty of Amex. Amex will throw a bag at you. Like I used that gold card. I used it one time for some marketing. I think I spent like $2,000, paid it. Man, I went in there. Oh, you got 20K. I'm like, damn,
yeah.
It was crazy. So, and I think I had got it all the way up before COVID. It was up to like 60K. The business gold card or platinum when I switched over to platinum. But yeah, it's
they gave it to you.
Yeah, they run it up. So let's get into it, man. Let's tap in. Now, I know you said you wanted to kind of cover tier 2, right? So where's kind of the hiccups now that you're experiencing? Now that you kind of got tier 1 out the way.
I didn't get tier 1 out the way. Because I need that score to go back up to 70, and I want it to. And I don't know. Someone's asking about Brex and how I like. I don't know yet, because until they report, I can't really tell you how I like them, and I don't know when they're going to report. Right now, I have something that just showed up today. that shows financial. And Audrey, you think
that's
that's
the gas
human?
card. Yeah,
That's
I
the gas
pulled
card?
it up. Yeah, so most times when you see where it says financial services, that's gonna be your gas card. So I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so you got the 2 gas cards that you said balance 0, and then one is 81. Yeah.
Can we talk about that 81? Because I know someone else is going to have that question. My score went down. My bill, they told me, is generated on the 3rd of the month.
Right.
I wasn't able to pay into the 7th.
Gotcha.
And that lowered my score. But the bill isn't due until 14 days after the 3rd. So why is my score lowered?
Well, what I would suggest, and that's the BP card, right?
That is the BP card. Yeah.
I don't know, because the way it works is a net 14. So every 14 days you get they cut you an invoice. What I would suggest is just set it up. I think it's like $40, $50. But what they'll do is you can set it up on an auto draft. So as soon as they cut the invoice, it'll automatically just draft it right from your business account. And then that way, you won't even necessarily have to remember to pay on, because it'll basically charge the card or do the auto debit.
It'll debit it
on the day that they cut the invoice. So you'll be 14 days. You'll be paid way early. You know what I mean?
Yes. So to answer your question, since we're very close to tier 2, I'm just waiting on one more. I don't want to move faster than I have to.
Yeah.
I want my high scores. I like high credit. I like having, that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not trying to jeopardize that.
Right.
At that point, I guess it turns into a different ball game. I got to get back into Synchrony, and I'm going to be, trying to figure it out. And I'm going to be asking a lot of questions.
Yeah, I think, see, the thing with Synchrony, and that's a good point. I touch on it in my online training. But this is the thing with Synchrony. They pull Experian, and then they also look at DMB. So you got the 80 Paydex. We probably just need to maybe the next round on BP, maybe pay it super early, pay it right when it hit, right when they cut the invoice. You know what I mean? So then that way it'll come, it'll pay super early. You got Uline too, correct? I think we talked about Uline.
I have Uline, but it didn't come through yet because I set it up myself and I put my business name in wrong and did not know why I didn't report. So that was that one.
Yes. So once we get Uline on the report, then that'll give you 6 trade lines. Now, one thing you may want to do is maybe pay a little bit down on the Amex to bring your utilization down just a little bit, right?
Yes.
And then when you add Sunbelt and you get the Brex card loaded up, those 2 will be, so you'll have 3 more trade lines basically on Experian, and you should be able to walk right in Sam's and get whatever.
Okay, my goal is to buy 3 cars before January.
Got you. So all in the business name? Okay. So yeah, and that's a good point. So what I would suggest, if you got Business T-shirt Club, that's another one that reports Experian. It reports to all 3 business bureaus.
Okay.
So, but it also reports to DMB. Now, one thing, if you are comfortable with a PG, one card that I would say maybe go after for a PG is the Citi AA Advantage card. I got the card, but I don't have it. This one right here, the Citi AA Advantage, the Platinum, because the reason why I say that is because it reports to DNB and it reports to Experian.
Okay.
So that'll give you like just that extra bump on the DNB. But Uline reports to DNB, Quill reports to DNB. I know you got Quill already. I
have Granger too.
Granger. Yeah, it reports to DNB. You want to have about maybe, I would say 6 or 7 on Experian and DNB.
Okay.
Before you comfortably move into tier 2, which I mean, I think you'll get. You got Sunbelt open. We got to fix the Uline issue. You got Busy T-shirt Club. And then you may can even add Supply Works. That's another sleeper card that a lot of people don't really talk too much about.
They denied me, but that was before my scores came through. I didn't have any scores. I didn't have any scores until September 16th, I think it was.
Gotcha.
And I did everything over Labor Day with Sunoco, all these different people. I was just trying anybody, but everyone else, denied me. I think I would be in a good place now, but I really want to just wait. I'm not in a rush.
Got you. Yeah. And then, like I said, you get vehicles. So Ally, they're no PG. You got Mercedes-Benz is no PG. Ford is no PG, and Toyota. Okay. So those would be like your 4 like go-to, because you got a solid profile. Once you get everything reporting to Experian and DMB, I think you got a solid profile. Your personal credit is intact. We don't want to, necessarily mess with that for vehicles. And again, when to PG, when to not PG. This is my personal philosophy. If I don't have to PG, I'm not going to. If I can get a Sam's Club MasterCard without a PG, I don't want a PG. If I can get an Amex and PG, then okay, I'm a PG. I'm a personal guaranteed. So for you in the vehicle situation, you got options, right? So you can go the Ally Financial route. They kind of look at the profile. If you got about 7 to 10, you're in a good spot with Ally Financial. Now, if you did want a PG, places like Bank of America, we talked about that whole BOA play. They'll let you get 4 auto loans for your business, for one business. So you could get 3 cars for your business with that BOA. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I prefer not to PG with.
Gotcha.
At least 2 of them I don't want to.
Yeah, so then I would say once we get everything structured on the profile, let's hit up Ally, you know what I'm saying? And and then the thing with Ally is no PG, but you kind of restricted. They only deal with certain dealerships. So that's the only issue you'll probably have. So it depending on what kind of vehicle you're trying to get, I know some people, it took them a while to find cars because you got to go through their list of dealerships.
Okay.
It's not like let's say if you with Navy Federal and then you just get approved for a vehicle loan and you just go shop and go wherever and they cut the check. It's only certain dealerships that you can go to with Ally. But I mean, it's not like terribly limited. You know what I'm saying?
It's just, right. But I'm looking for specific cars, so I get what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah. Now, if you wanted a Range Rover, I know they do Range Rovers.
No, I don't need one of those.
Okay. All right, I got you. But Ford is good too. Ford is no PG also. And you got an 80 Paydex, you got 5 trade lines. You can go to Ford and get a no PG vehicle if you just looking for like an economy car or something. Because I don't know. I've been working in the lab trying to get these programs out, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and get me that F-150, man. I think that's I'm gonna talk to my wife about.
That sounds like a good idea. Yeah, I'm just trying to replace what I have. I have 3 in my personal. I want out my personal. So now, I think you got some questions.
Okay, yeah, hold on. We're going to get to the comments. Now, one thing I will say, if you have, and I was just telling somebody this yesterday, if you have a vehicle in your personal name and you want to, free up your DTI, you can sell that car to your business. So you could get that Bank of America auto loan and just sell your personal car to your business.
Okay.
Yeah, you could do that. And then that'll free up your DTI. Because you do want to kind of get those vehicle loans off your personal, because then it'll free up your DTI. And then when it's on the business, it's not reporting to your personal credit. So really auto loans for the business is like a win-win. Free up your DTI, and you can get more vehicle on the business side because they're not really concerned with your tax returns and pay stubs and all of that like them dealerships.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I definitely think you should, and we'll talk more about it. But I think, once we kind of get that score, I know you want to get your scores back up, so let's do that. Maybe try to hit up Sam's, get that Sam's Club MasterCard, no PG, maybe get the Lowe's card, and then we can try, Ford, Ally, Toyota, or Mercedes-Benz. Those 4 are no PG, and pretty much you just go to the dealership, pick out the vehicle, and fill out the paperwork. With those 4, now other ones it may be different.
Yeah, I like simplicity.
Yeah,
and exactly. I already know what I want, so I need it to be real simple. Yes.
Okay. Oh, you already got your vehicles lined up. I see. I ain't mad at you. You already know, like, oh yeah, I need that one right there.
Yeah, right there.
Red, yeah, let me get that.
Right there.
That's all I want, brother. Nah. We good. Let me see what we got in these comments, man.
I'm good.
Somebody say, how are you liking Brex? I think we gotta wait and see what I don't even got my Brex card. I got approved for Brex, man, a minute ago. They never sent me the card. They send me emails all the time. I guess I gotta load some money on that bad boy. Home
Let
help.
me see if I could answer Jade.
All
I
right.
didn't apply for the Brex card, the credit card. I have a prepaid card.
Me too.
Okay, so I'm using it to pay back the vendors. Trying to use it, to make it make sense. Everything I do has to make sense.
Boy,
okay, so I'm loading up the
Brex.
the what am I trying to say here? The
Brex
account,
card.
and then
Right.
I'm paying back the vendors with that card.
Well, you just gave out some. Whoo, you just gave out $1 million worth of game right there, boy. Whoo-wee. But yeah, that's smart. I mean, because Brex reports, so that should be another trade line on Experian. I just thought about that. Brex reports, and then you paying off the other vendors, so you really not really coming out of pocket person. I mean, you put money up on the Brex card, but then everything else is pretty much rinse and repeat. So yeah, that's a good point. And like I said, Brex is one of those. They like Divvy, one thing I will say that's pretty interesting about Brex is that that corporate no PG card, they give you mad like cash back and stuff. Like I think it's like 6 and 12. It's a crazy cash back amount once you get the corporate version. Yeah, so let's see what we got. Somebody said, do you have the PG or business credit if you want to buy real estate? It depends, Andrew. They do have what's called no recourse loans for real estate, meaning that you're basically no PG. Now, one thing I will say when you talk about real estate funding, it's going to be deal dependent. And what I mean is it's going to really depend on how good of a deal you have. The better the deal you have, the less your personal credit is a factor. That makes sense. If you get a 5-unit apartment building that's worth $500,000 for under contract for like 220, yeah, you ain't gonna have no problem getting no loan. You ain't gonna have no problem getting no funding. But if it's worth $500,000, you got it for let's say you got it for 328 and it need 80 in repairs. It could go either way. But yes, they do have non-recourse lending for business real estate. So please explain the bank compliance, including having a domain name. Anthony, so essentially you just want to make sure that you got a website. Ideally, you want to have an email with domain name, local phone number, fax number, business address. It's not a UPS store, not a virtual address, UPS, PO box, FedEx store. So that's when you're bank compliant. And I would say a good 85% of the people who hit me up and keep with saying they're getting repeat denials, they come and they got their iPostal. It's like a black cloud. It's really like that iPostal, man. I don't never promote them, man, on what anything I've ever said. Do you know what credit score you have to get approved? Is that for the Amex? I would say Amex, they're a little picky. They look more so like this is the thing with Amex, and Kia, you can kind of speak to your experience. Amex wants to see what you can do with the initial limit they give you. So for me, I'll say I started with the everyday card, which I still have. I think the limit is like 6,500, and basically it started at 2,000. So for 90 days, I had to use it, pay it off, and then what happened was in 90 days, I asked for a limit increase, and they gave me 3 times that initial limit. So that's really the rule with Amex. Now, as far as the business cards, once you get a personal relationship with Amex, yeah, you can run it up. The credit score 680 or better, yeah, you can run it up. What would you say, Kia?
I would say when I got my American Express, I didn't have a lot of debt. My credit score was pretty much kind of where it is, maybe 720.
Right.
I started out with 11,000.
Okay.
I never asked for any more, and I will say I'm 3 times that.
Yep. The same.
They just throw money at you.
Yeah, they really do. And the thing too with MS, you got to understand, and we kind of deep dive into that in the boot camp, but they're not really a bank. So the thing with Amex, the reason why they limit and why they throw the bag at you is because they want them swipes. They want you to use this swipe. because they're a payment processor, right? It's 4 payment processing networks. It's Discover, Amex, Visa, and MasterCard. So that's why Amex throw all that money at you, because every week they want you, or every day or every other day, they want you swiping that card because they getting those fees, right? Because if you think back, and I don't know how, what I think we from the 90s era, Key. I'm from the 90s era. So at one point, Amex was not accepted everywhere, and it was because it was more looked at like an exclusive card to have, because not every restaurant, gas station, Target, Walmart, they didn't take Amex for a long time because of that. Because they're not really technically a bank; they're more like a payment processor, like a Stripe or PayPal or whatever. So, but yeah, Amex, they throw a bag at you when you get in good with them. Do not mess that up. Them and Navy Federal, I feel sorry for you if you messed that up. Somebody says a fax number a must. Nah, I wouldn't say a fax number is a must. I wouldn't say a fax number is a must. It's good to have, but it's not a must. What do you recommend we go for non-recourse? For non-recourse, you're gonna have to find portfolio bank lenders. So you're gonna have to go with like a hard money lender. There are some traditional banks that do non-recourse. If you go on Google and type in Old Capital, they have lending brokers. They have commercial loan brokers that have access to lenders that provide commercial non-recourse loans. Portia. So type in Old Capital, you should be good to go. But yeah, let me ask you this, Kia. Outside of getting into tier 2 and getting your vehicles, what else you got? What else you got planned for funding, man?
I'm waiting on you. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm waiting on you. I haven't. Remember, this was just a thought that I moved really fast on because someone was willing to help me. So I just said, okay, well, I should really be ready when I figure this all out.
Right.
And that's my honest answer.
Okay. Nah, that's real. And I think the reason why I wanted to kind of highlight you and bring you on is because so many people hit me up, hey bro, I saw your channel, or man, I'm trying this, or this didn't work. And I'll tell them like the same thing. Yeah, Fuel Man, hit up Fuel Man if you get denied. Uline, if they don't approve the net 30, make 2 payments and then circle back. I never hear back from them. But you was just on it. You was just like, man, all right, I'm gonna try this. Boom, hey, Fuel Man, boom. I was just like, wow, like this young lady is really taking action, and that's all I ask. For anybody that's watching the channel or anybody who subscribe, just take action. And you'll get the results that Miss Kia got. That's the main thing I can say. But yeah, we're definitely gonna tap in. I know we got the strategy call set up for next week.
Yes.
And yeah, we're gonna definitely. We're gonna have some jewels for you. Also, I'm gonna reach out to you. I got the online training link, so I want you to tap in with that. It's some more good info in there on how to get those tier 2 trade lines and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I appreciate you.
Definitely, thank you.
Definitely, and yeah, we'll tap in soon. We'll probably have you on another live when you and Jay get to 100 grand. I think y'all gonna be the two to do it. I'm serious. Right. I ain't even playing. Like I can tell. Like I can tell because I'm like, she doing what I would do. You know what I'm saying? Like I would do that too.
My thing is, if you're gonna ask me how to do something, do it. If you're giving the answer, I'm not gonna question you. I'm gonna try it. Why not? It doesn't hurt me to do it. I find a lot of people ask a lot of questions just to ask questions.
Yeah, they just I don't know. They just feel like, and I think some of that is it's a lot of bad information out here too now. And that's why I try to get on here and highlight people like yourself, Jay, just the guy we had on last. I always try to bring people on here that, I didn't pay nobody. I didn't sponsor, you know what I'm saying? Like this is just a real conversation with somebody who took action on the information, found my channel, was tapped in with a Facebook group. You heard the host. I didn't make none of this up. Like this is literally 2 months of just work and putting in the work and following the steps, and boom, here we are. So I think that's where a lot of people, I heard this and I heard A to B and I heard this. Hey man, go get 2 NAV accounts. But why you think we need 2 NAV accounts? All right, well, you know what I mean? It's like, all right, well, I ain't been doing this for X amount of years and had this many receipts for nothing. You know what I mean? Some people just don't really believe that what you're telling them is valid. So I just salute you for just saying, hey, look, this man said do this, XYZ. Boom. There go the results.
Thank you, and thank you for inviting me. I have A to B too, and the day that I got them, I called them and I said, well, tell me again who you report to, and they said, I'm sorry, we're not reporting anymore. I said, well, let's close this account. I don't know if they did, but I put the cards up to the side. I'm not going to waste my time.
Yeah, A to B, so, man.
Yes, I thank you.
Yeah. And the thing too with A to B, a lot of people fight me on that. I'm like, why are you fighting me, bro? And you just on this live said you got a 19.5, I believe, from BP.
Who, Jay or me?
No, you.
Me, I got from BP I got 15,000.
15.5, and then from Fuel Man 9,500.
Yes.
And these folks gonna argue with me about A to B. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. Let's at least be arguing about which bank credit card is better, the 0% Chase or the Amex Platinum. I mean, come on. We talking about A to B. We still talking about this card that does not report, and people talking about, I heard. Come on, man. Show me on the DNB profile. That's all I want to see. But yeah, man, I appreciate you, Ms. Kia. Definitely appreciate you tapping in, and we'll talk soon.
I appreciate you. Y'all have a good one.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Thanks.
All right, family. So y'all heard it. Direct. I didn't make this up. This was not scripted. Y'all heard her say, I started in August. Now I'm almost 30, 40, 50 grand into this thing called business credit. So it is real, people. Okay? It is real. And I appreciate Kia for coming on and sharing a story, man. I always try to highlight you guys, man. I'm gonna have my man, I'm gonna bring my man Michael on, man. We're gonna top it up with him too, man. But let's see, man. Let's get into some of these comments. What score do you need to get? Amex, I would say 680. 680 is good for personal Amex, 720 for business. Can you get Chase business card regardless of 524K text? Yes, you can. The 524 is personal accounts. If you got 5 accounts in the last 4 years for personal, on your personal, let's say you got 4 of the 5 and then you apply for a Chase business card, they will still approve you. If you got 5, it could go either way. But yeah, so that 524 is for personal Chase cards. It's not for business. That's a good question, K-Tech. Ms. Diane said, I also have a physical address, fax number. I am able to go to the physical address and use. Yeah, I mean, iPostal does have the premium addresses. I just know most people go for the cheaper version, Ms. Diane. So that's all I was saying. You know, they do have the premium locations, iPostal. So you just got to be mindful. You got to be mindful of the location. That's why I always tell y'all in step 2 to, even if you sign up for Opus, right? The link is in the description. Just go to the location, at least drive by, check it out. If you can, park your car, go inside, because then you get a better feel for if it's just a mailbox center, or if it's a receptionist desk. Can you, do they lock up the mail? Things like that. That's the things you want to pay attention to. But that's a great point, Ms. Diane. Did you have to lock your Experian file? That's something I heard from another tuber. Nah, you don't need to lock your Experian file. I got denied a Universal MasterCard and I locked the Experian. Just wondering if that has happened. I don't say, only time I've ever heard of locking your credit report working is for the Sam's Club MasterCard. I don't think you need to lock your Experian for gas cards. Can you expound upon a BOA play with PG? Yeah, so Prez, so essentially Bank of America, they will allow you to get 4 vehicle loans for your business if you are a bank customer. So if that answers your question, if you want a Sprinter van and an RV and Turo cars, yes, you can get 4 vehicles. Now, the one caveat with the BOA play is the Turo may not necessarily fly with BOA. So you kind of got to be mindful of how you play that with BOA. But yes, you can get 4 vehicles in your business name. Ally does Range Rovers. Yes, they do. Yes, they do, Barbara. You can get Range Rovers with Ally Financial. What are advantages, disadvantages having a car? I would say, Danielle, the advantages is, you reduce your debt to income, right? So it's not showing on your personal credit. You also got more options for, nicer vehicles. Because typically if you try to get like a Range Rover or a Benz or something like that, in your personal credit, you got to be bringing in some chicken. You got to have some, some ducats. You got to have some tax returns, financial statements. Sometimes they want a lot of money down. But believe it or not, when you finance vehicles in your business name, a lot of them, they don't ask for a lot of money down. Ford may ask for like $3,000 down. Sometimes you can get Ford no money down, no PG. I mean, damn, you can't really argue with that. But I would say the disadvantages is you probably just got to build the profile, Danielle. So it may take a little time. You can't just go to the dealership from day one when you start your net 30 journey. You probably got to wait about 60 days. But so that could be a disadvantage. Whereas if you had good personal credit and you went to the lot, you could drive off same day. So that would be the only, advantage, disadvantage, I would say. But other than that, getting those vehicles in your business is, man, that's the game changer right there for sure. Does trucks and tractors play into that? Nah, I don't think so, Prez. For those, you probably need equipment loans. You probably need to go to equipment loan route, U.S. Bank or something like that. How do you sell it to the business? Great question, Barbara. So what you want to do? Sorry, y'all. That ginger ale is so good. So what you want to do is you want to set up a bill of sale and basically you want to have you as the seller and your business as the buyer. And once you get pre-approved, let's say you go with Ally, you get pre-approved, or let's use BOA, Bank of America. You would then give the VIN number to Bank of America, show them the bill of sale showing that you sold the car to your business, and then they would basically let you transfer the title. So that's how you do it, Barbara. Would a live still be up for me to go over what I missed? Yes, absolutely. What do you recommend we go for non? Oh, we already talked about non-recourse. No, the fax number is not a must. Heard about the student loan play on your business credit by getting a loan on your business side and paying off the student loan on your personal side. Can you elaborate? I don't think I mentioned that, Andrew. That may be another YouTuber, bro. I'm not familiar. You might have to plug me in on that play. I heard about the student loan play on your business credit. I'm not sure about that one, Andrew. Nah. I found that if you made 4 payments on your credit cards in a month, I see my credit score goes up faster. That's interesting. That's a good little tip, Pro Wash. I didn't know that. I wasn't aware of that at all. I like that. It's not all state specific. It's good for anyone and easy to follow. Okay. Appreciate you, Melissa. Appreciate you. What's up, Rev? What's happening? 2 nav accounts, Fuel Man, Quill, Suma. Okay. What up, Darrell? What's going on, my brother? We had a great strategy call this morning, man. Appreciate you. Michael Buchanan, how you been? Are there any hard money lenders you recommend? Alpha Funding is one. Alpha Funding is one. You can try Finance of America. They're not non-recourse, but they do offer real estate loans where they don't look at your debt to income. They don't look at your they do pay attention to personal credit, but they're not really concerned with your DTI and things of that nature. And it's real estate funding in your business name. You're a student loan doctor. Oh, okay. I wasn't aware of that, Andrew. So you might have to shoot me a text and hit me to that, man. That might be the plug right there. Paying your credit card does not make your score go up because the number of payment goes up because the balance and utilization goes down. Yep. True, Press. All right. So Man, we've been on here for 1 hour and 24 minutes. Do we got time to kind of cover how to get to the bank, man? Y'all let me know, man. Should we do this on a separate live? Maybe we come back tomorrow and do a live stream on how to get bank funding. What do y'all say? Should we keep going? I let the viewers decide. Should we keep this one rocking? Has anyone had any problems getting a call back from BP Arco in regards to the gas card? Yeah, they backed up, DJ. They are extremely backed up. As with pretty much all the net 30 vendors, man, they short staffed at the moment, man. All right, everybody say keep going. Let's get it. All right, let's answer one last question. How can I reach you in the process of launching my channel, teaching the same process? Need some tips. Yeah, I got you, Rev. Just connect with me. Text me on the number that we had the strategy call on, bro. I got you. I'll give you some pointers on some stuff to just how to structure the channel and everything, man. I got you. Say less. They say keep it going. All right. They say keep it going. All right. We gonna rock into it. All right. So here's the deal. So we at step 5, right? And one thing, and I said this earlier, right? There's a time to PG and there's a time not to PG. So tonight what we're gonna get into is this is the time when you want to structure your personal credit and use the PG. This is the time where we're going to actually reach out to banks and credit unions, right? We're going to find out what programs they offer to small businesses, okay? And how we do that, right? So let's talk about how we do that. So let's get into it. Show you guys. I'm going to share my screen. And we're going to talk about how to find banks, how to understand what programs they offer, okay? So here we go. Bear with me. Oh man, this thing. Why do I always hit share instead of present? Such a rookie mistake. All right, so let's do this. All right, so I'm gonna go back. Sorry, guys. We gonna get into it. How to find banks. That's what we finna talk about, man. So type of 1 in the chat if you rocking with me, man. If y'all still here, I appreciate the love and support as always. Type of 1 in the chat. And we're going to teach you guys how to find banks in your local area. All right. So if you can see my screen, we're going to pull this thing up, right? Because it's not just enough. Like I said, it's not just enough for us to form the business, set up the bank compliance, list the business, and then we want to get, small trade lines, right? We did all of that up until this point. Now we're at the point where it's really 2 routes we could take. We could keep building in tier 2, or we can talk about, we can go into what we call bank funding, what we're going to talk about tonight. And so how do you find these banks? How do you find banks in your area that are lending? Okay. So that's what we want to talk about. How do you find banks? And really, honestly, the thing with finding banks, you want to find banks that have programs for small business, because you have banks like Bank of America, Chases of the world, US Bank. They don't necessarily cater to small businesses. And when they do say small business, typically they're talking about customers who make anywhere from 2 to 10 million. That's really the Bank of America sweet spot as far as small business funding. And if you even go on their website, I'll even pull up their website. They don't even offer unsecured funding at the moment. So you can't even go to Bank of America and get a business line of credit or, a business term loan per se. Everything on their site is secure. So they pretty much put that flag in the stand and said, we're not giving nobody no funding without a relationship. So, and I know that personally because I bank with Bank of America, personal and business, man. So, but yeah, so how do you find banks and is what we're going to kind of talk about. And so essentially, right now, banks are tightening up their guidelines, right? We know that COVID is a real thing. We know that during the pandemic, the SBA gave out a lot of bread, the PPP, EIDL. And the one thing that's unfortunate about last year, with the EIDL, I know this is kind of off topic. So many people could not get EIDL funding due to not having their personal credit intact. It's sad. It's sad because there was so much opportunity last year, right? Like I was able to get, the bulk of my funding last year during the pandemic, just by having everything structured properly from a personal credit perspective. So, if you're watching this on a replay, I'm never one to tell you don't fix your personal credit. I'm gonna tell you structure your personal credit, get whatever negative items you can removed, and let's get into this PG, man, because a lot of people, I think, when they say no PG, it's just being arrogant. It's just, if you're not doing $3 to $10 million, I mean, you're going to PG funding, right? Now, yeah, you do have the Divvy card, right? Topago, things of that nature, but 90% of the banks are going to want a PG if you did not have gross revenues of $3 million to $10 million. Okay, that's when you can get into corporate credit. So that's a whole nother live stream and a whole nother skill set of how to obtain corporate credit. So I ain't even made it to that point yet. So I don't want to cap on this live stream like I'm there. I ain't there yet, but I'm gonna get there. Best believe that. All right, so banks are tightening up, right? Local banks, community banks, and credit unions are the way to go. Say that again. Local banks, community banks, credit unions are the way to go for funding, okay? Now, some banks will want to see tax returns, some won't. That's a question you're going to have to find out from those banks, right? You're going to have to sit down with these bankers. You can't do this from the couch. You can't do this from a live stream on YouTube. You have to get off the couch, get out into the banks. You're going to have to sit down with the bankers. You're going to have to network. You're going to have to work, people. It's not going to just be, oh, I'm going to get a bank account with Fundbox, or I'm going to get a PayPal loan. That's the easy button. In this strategy, you're going to have to get out and network with local banks, community banks, credit unions. And you want to start building relationships, right? And then really the goal, like the slide says, is you want to find as many local banks as possible, okay? All right, and so let's talk about some of the ways that you can find SBA, or you can find local banks that are lending, okay? Now, one of the easiest ways is to get access to what's called the top SBA lenders list, right? And I'm going to show you what that looks like. But essentially, every year or every other year, the SBA puts out the top SBA lenders list in each state. And essentially what that list is a list of banks in every state that are actively lending to businesses. Now, for everyone who's watching this on the live stream, if you are in certain states, I've posted some of those states. So if you're in the free Facebook group, right, I'll put the link down below. If you're not in the free Facebook group, I should say, join the free Facebook group, Business Credit Builders Group, CBCA Network, because I actually put the top SBA lenders list for certain states in there. So I got Texas, New Jersey, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, and some other states. So some of those SBA lenders lists, and we're going to get into one in particular tonight, but those lists are in the free Facebook group. So make sure you head over to the free Facebook group. But that's one way that you can find banks in your local area. Because remember, the bank that you bank with, they know your banking data. They know your deposits. They know your, credit score and things of that nature. They have data on you. But these new banks, right, you're a new customer, right? And a lot of banks now won't even lend to you if you're not a customer. I'm going to say that again. A lot of banks right now will not lend you a dime unless you're a customer, meaning you have a bank account, meaning you have a business account, personal account, maybe a retirement account, business checking account. You need to have multiple products with these banks for them to really feel comfortable extending money to you. But you can use the top SBA lenders list. Another way is you can use the SBA Lender Match tool. It's just a tool. So let's say if you were looking for a specific type of funding, let's say you were looking for lawn care equipment funding, right? You can go to the lender match tool, type in the type of funding that you're looking for, and they will match you. The SBA will match you with lenders that lend for that specific type of funding. So they even streamline the process more, because now, let's say you take that top SBA lenders list, is maybe 100, 150 banks on there. Let's say out of that 150, only 40 of them offer the type of funding that you want, but you had to call all 150 to find it out. Whereas with the SBA lender match tool, you pretty much get matched with all the lenders for whatever funding you're looking for. All right. And what you want to do with these lists is you want to take these lists and you want to make sure that you establish a point of contact. I'm going to tell you exactly who you need to be establishing a point of contact with. Okay. But that's what you want to do. So I'm gonna pull up the top SBA lenders list for you guys so you can kind of see what it actually looks like, what you need to be looking for. Now, one thing to keep in mind, oh yeah, this is what I want to show you guys too with Bank of America, right? This is small business lending. You can see unsecured line of credit. Let's go to that real quick. All right. So, well, it looks like they back. Nope. See, I thought I was lying. So right now, Bank of America, you can't go to them and get a line of credit, business line of credit, unsecured, right? It says, due to our commitment to the Paycheck Protection Program under the CARES Act, we will not be processing new Business Advantage line of credit or term loan applications at this time. We apologize for this temporary inconvenience. AKA, we ain't giving y'all no money. That's basically what Bank of America is saying. We ain't giving y'all no money. If you ain't already a customer, kick rocks. And so this happens, this is why you need that top SBA lenders list. So let's get into the top SBA lenders list, because there are banks that will give you funding, right? They have plenty of money to lend, right? I remember last year I went to one bank and they had a sign in front of the bank here in North Carolina in Charlotte. The sign said, we offer business loans. This was during COVID, during the pandemic. They were basically saying, come in and get a business loan, business line of credit for your business. Because Bank of America is going to tell you, kick rocks. You're not getting no line of credit. You're not getting no funding right now. We working on PPP, right? That's SBA backed funding. That means the SBA pretty much is guaranteeing a loan to a certain extent, up to 90% sometimes. All right, so top SBA lenders list. What you want to do, all right, so I'm in Google. I want to type in top SBA lenders, and you can see I have other lenders. So I'm going to type in top SBA lenders. Let's do Florida. All right. And so you see here on the screen, what you want to do, what you're looking for is you're looking for the SBA.gov list. So you see here, there's this GoSBALoans.com. That's a third party. Same thing here with this SBALendersList.com. These are third-party blogs. No shade, but these lists can be skewed or a little biased, right? We want to get the actual SBA.gov list, okay? This is the list we want to get, okay? And this is the list for Florida. All right, so, and I'm going to actually, let me see if I can share my screen. I'm going to let's pull up the Florida list. All right, boom. Now, I'm going to probably do another live stream kind of touching on what, SBA funding, because there's different types of SBA loans. You got 7A loans, you got micro loans, you got 504, of course, the EIDL, which we all familiar with. They also do they have the restaurant shuttered venue grant. If you had a theater or a movie theater, something like that, some type of event space during COVID, they are giving you grants for opening up your doors. You got 8A programs where you kind of government contracting programs. So there's all different types of SBA funding. to be had. So that's the beauty of SBA. But let's kind of go through this list, right? So I'm gonna pull up my whole screen. Didn't mean to do that. Let me stop that. All right, so I know what I'm gonna do. Let's go to the Facebook group. See if I can pull up this list for y'all. Let me know in the comments. Did y'all know about the top SBA lenders list? I know we got 40 people on the live stream. Did y'all know about anything in regards to how to get that top SBA lenders list? I'm just curious. Let me move this screen. All right, bet. Let me see if I can pull up this list, man. Sorry about this, y'all. Let's go to files. So let's do Florida. Where is Florida? Did I put Florida in the group? I don't think so. SBA list for Florida. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so let's see if we can highlight Florida. Share my screen. Oh, you know what? Let's do this. I'm trying to pull up this PDF file, man. I'm struggling right now, y'all. Bear with me 1 second. See if I can get this top SBA lenders list. Let's see. Let me do this. Bear with me 1 second, family. Let me know in the comments, man, if y'all got any questions about anything. Did you know about the top SBA lenders list? Were you aware of this list? Let me know in the comments if you're watching on the replay, for sure. Let's get it. All right, let me see if I can pull up these. I don't know. Trying to pull up this file. Again, make sure y'all tap in with the collaboration tour tomorrow. I'll be there here in Charlotte, October 14th. Be there or meet me there or meet me there. Either way, I'm going to be there. All right, so let's see if Florida's in here. All right, so let's look at the national list since I couldn't pull up Florida. I want to show you guys this list, and this is a list of all the banks in the nation. All right, let's see if we can pull this up. All right, so you see here, right? This is the 2019 100 most active 7A lenders, right? And if you're not familiar with the 7A program, it is basically a program where they do lines of credit, business term loans. It's really up to the bank. The SBA backs it up to 90%, and then you put a little bit of money down. But most times, if it's SBA 7A, you put a little money down, and then you can basically get funding for your business. Even as a startup, believe it or not, you can get 7A loans as a startup. You know, if you got a business plan, if you register with SAMS, you know, SAMS, register with the government, you know, if you structure as a minority-owned business, things of that nature, you can get capital even as a startup. You know, there are a lot of community development financial institutions, aka CDFIs. There are a lot of those. You know, most of them are going to be credit unions, which I may or may not be on this particular list. But, you know, that's another route you could take, you know, in addition to the top SBA lenders list. And so if you go through this list, right, and just take a look, you got Wells Fargo. They did 1,600 approvals in 2019. for $382 million. Okay. U.S. Bank, another bank that people are familiar with. They did 2,035 approvals for $240,000. Key Bank, right? TD Bank, MUFG Bank, Harvest Small Business Finance. So you could kind of see as you go up and down this list, right? Regions Bank, right here in Charlotte. United Community, right? Another bank. Bank of America. So you could kind of see how, Zion's Bank, Stearns Bank, First Bank, BBVA. You may have heard of these banks, you may have seen these banks, but you may not have even known that they had some type of program for small businesses, right? Comerica Bank in Texas, Fulton Bank, Pinnacle Bank, Wallace Bank. So there's multitude of banks on this list. And what you want to do with this list, sorry, let me stop sharing my screen. Oh man. What you want to do with this list is you want to take this list, right? And then you want to just go to each bank or every, pick maybe 5 a week or 4 a week, right? And then you just want to start having conversations. And then people you want to be having conversations with is you want to be building rapport with these banks, right? So when you get this top SBA lenders list, let's say you go to Wells Fargo, Chase, Citi, TD Bank, BB&T, now Truist. Shout out to BB&T. Love BB&T. That's Bay. And any of these banks on this top SBA lenders list, there's really two people that you want to be making connections with. And that's either the vice president of VP of lending, right? The vice president of business lending, okay? Or the branch manager. So typically, like I said, when I'm reaching out to these banks and, making contacts, I'm looking for the branch manager or the VP of business lending, right? So when I went to BB&T, now Truist. I got to say now Truist because that's what they call themselves. But essentially, what I did was I opened up the business bank account, right? Put $200 in there. And then what I did was I applied for a business credit card. They approved me for 10 grand. Then like 2 or 3 weeks later, I went back and I had a conversation with the branch manager who was also the VP of lending. And that's when I found out that they do business lines of credit as well as business term loans for rental properties. So just by having that conversation, I was able to find that information out, right? And how did I find BB&T? Top SBA lenders list, baby. It never fails. Now, I will say for me being here in Charlotte, there are a lot of BB&T locations. They are headquartered here, so maybe that may have played a part in it. But for the most part, you just want to find that top SBA lenders list and start having conversations with those banks. Have those conversations. Make sure you're making contact with either the VP of business lending or the branch manager. Those are going to be your two best points of contact, okay? Now, you don't want to necessarily apply for funding right away. Now, I know I used that BB&T example. That was a bad example. But you definitely don't want to necessarily apply right away. Meaning, if you go to BB&T tomorrow and open up a business checking account, that may not be the day to apply for funding. What you want to do is open up the business checking account. Let's just say the branch manager was Tammy. Hey, Miss Tammy, my name's Audrey. I'm a local business owner here. I would like to find out if you had some time to discuss some of your business lending products. I'm a new customer and I'm looking to learn more about your business lending products. That's the conversation you want to have when you first go in the bank, right? Now, you can apply. I mean, like I said, I did apply for the BB&T card and got approved. But I would say 95% of the time, the first time you go in the bank, you just want to find out what programs they have and maybe open your business checking account. Okay? Because remember, we want to find out what programs they have. We don't want to just be opening up accounts to be opening up accounts. We want to be opening up these accounts with banks that we're circling back to in 60 days to get funding. Or even 30 days. We don't want to be opening up banks with Bank of America if we're looking for a business line of credit. We just read on the website they are not doing business lines of credit. So if you go to Bank of America with hopes of getting a business line of credit and think you just that special, that you just gonna walk in there and they're gonna help you and give you a business line of credit. It don't work like that. So you got to kind of play the game. That's why I love credit unions, right? Navy Federal is dope. True Lion Federal Credit Union is dope. State Employees Credit Union of Maryland, State Employees Credit Union of North Carolina, Charlotte Metro Credit Union. All these credit unions are going to give you a bag if you have proper documentation. True story. Well, we'll get into that on another live. But just understand that top SBA lenders list is going to be your roadmap to finding banks. Okay, just understand that, right? But you don't want to necessarily apply for funding right away. I want to harp on that. When you go and open up these, when you go into these banks, just have a conversation. You know, a lot of these banks, when I'm going to them, I'm having conversations on behalf of my clients or people I'm working with. But if I wasn't, you know, helping people or being a quote unquote consultant, my process has always been to find out if this is even a good bank, a good fit for what I'm trying to do. I want business lines of credit, business credit cards at 0% interest. Do they offer either one of those? If they say no, on to the next. I'm not wasting time. I'm not even opening a bank account. Oh, you don't have 0% interest business credit cards? You don't offer business lines of credit unsecured? All right, we'll holler. We'll holler. I get with you in 6 months, you know. So that's why I say don't necessarily go and seek funding, seek information, because you want to find out what programs they offer. Okay. And then another thing, you know, and just in chatting with them, and once you have conversations, you know, find out what branch bureau they pull, because that will be important down the line too. Okay. So just something to keep in mind. You know, and then two, as we kind of wrap up, right? You know, don't make the conversation one-sided. You know, build rapport with your point of contact. Maybe have a conversation with them outside of the bank. You sit, you know, go out for coffee. A lot of times what I do is I use send out cards. So when I meet with a bank contact, the VP, the branch manager, you know, I'll get a business card and I'll send them an actual thank you card, right? From our, you know, from Carolina's Business Credit Alliance, and I may have like a gift. So I may have a gift card, I may have brownies or something like that. So then the next time when you do reach out and you are applying for funding, oh, hey, man, thank you. You know, I got the card, I got the brownies, I got the cookies. Man, I appreciate that. And you're remembered, right? You know, now you built rapport. You didn't make it one-sided. You know, so just think about that. Don't make the conversation one-sided. You know, build rapport. Talk to them multiple times. You know, once a week. Hey, Jerry, how's it going? Hey, it's Audrey, man. You know, just I met with you last week. Just wanted to, just wanted to tap in, touch base, let you know I'm still interested in, you know, the business line of credit. I think right now we're just working on getting our books together. We're definitely gonna, you know, get our books together so we can submit that along with the application. And yeah, man, I just wanted to touch base and see how things were going. How's the family? How's the wife? Don't always make it one-sided. Don't always be about what you're trying to get. We know you know you want to get that business line of credit. You know you want to get that business credit card. But you know, make them feel like you know, you care about them hitting their goals, right? Because they want to help you just as much as you want to get the funding. You just got to qualify. You got to fit into the, you know, you got to fit into the box that they the box that they lend to. If you're not in this box, you got to figure out how you can get in there. But yeah, so once the profile is established, right? Once we got our 80 payday scores and things like that, then we're coming right back to get some funding. Okay. So that's pretty much it. That's how you find bank. This is the time where you want to use your personal guarantee, right? Last week we talked about step 4, building out the business credit tier 1, tier 2. That is not the time to PG. All right. When we're going to get business credit cards, business lines of credit, business term loans, now we're going to want a PG. Okay. And one thing to keep in mind with that top SBA lenders list, these small banks, these local banks where you know, they may only have 3 branches. I know I looked up a bank here in North Carolina. They only have 6 branches in 1 county, and that's Wake County, North Carolina. Shout out to Raleigh. That's 1 county. They have 6 branches in the whole state of North Carolina. So that's probably going to be an ideal bank for somebody that was asking about banks that do non-recourse lending for real estate. You know, banks love real estate. They love developers and things like that. So yeah, so that's pretty much it, family. That's how you find banks. Yes, yes, yes. Let's go look at some questions. My guy Prayer says, can you see how did what 2020 because it matters after COVID now? If not national, I don't understand that question, Press. Isn't it difficult to get SBA loan? It can be difficult as a startup. Yeah, you may run into some issues, but that's why you want to have that conversation with the banker. Let them know how much revenue you're bringing in, if you're bringing in revenue yet. That's one thing I always try to harp on is, let's get 3 to 5 different ways that we can bring in some revenue into the business. Because that way, one go down, we still got 2 or 3 or 4 other ones still kind of working within the business. So yes, it can be very difficult though, Mohar. That is a fact. Just found out about it when we registered with the Better Business Bureau. Okay. All right. Bet. Prayer said, can you see who did what in 2020 because it matters after COVID? If not national, Georgia, you have a lot of us in Georgia. Yeah, so it's every year or every other year, Prayer. So if you go to the free Facebook group, you should see the list for Georgia. It's in the free Facebook group. It's posted in there. You're very welcome, Sharonica. You're very welcome. Thanks for sharing. Thank you, man. I appreciate the content, Georgia Pro Watchman. I got to tap in with everybody in Georgia, man. When I get down there, man, we're gonna link up, man. Do a meetup or something, man, or maybe just politic down in ATL. Shout out to my man David Shands. Again, man, y'all need to be in this morning meetup, man. It's so powerful in there. It's the conversations in there is for $1 free. I mean, it's basically like you robbing the bank. You robbing the bank if you get into the morning meetup on the dollar trial. I'll put the link in the description. You are robbing the bank. Like the quality, man. We had a mindset coach on there yesterday, man. When I say this man was dropping jewels, gems, bars, whatever you want to call it. Monday, my homie Bren, she went in. It's phenomenal, man. Shout out to Bren. I'm gonna post her channel. When you see her link in the description, I'm gonna post a link to her channel. Man, make sure you subscribe to the Mindset podcast. Okay, make sure you subscribe to Bren Podcast. Man, she is the truth. Let's see. This gem right here is facts. My business banker was impressed that I had all my documents. Yep. When you come to the bank with everything intact, push button, it makes their life easier. It makes your life easier, and you get more funding. They probably throw you an extra 10 grand. Oh, you got your paperwork, you got your business, you got your books and everything. It helps, man. She recommended that I get a few months of statements together. Yep. Bank statements sometimes come into play. Now, sometimes they have different programs producers. So some are no doc, meaning you don't need bank statements, tax returns. It's going to be heavily weighted on your personal credit. Then they got low doc. That's the sweet spot, the low doc. So you got no doc, then you got low doc. Low doc is where you got 1 year tax returns, 1 year bank statements. You still got a PG, but that's the sweet spot where you can really get a bag. And then, of course, full doc, 2 years tax returns, 2 years bank statements, profit and loss, all that good stuff. So, yeah, that's a good point, producer. For sure. What scores are they looking for funding approval? Now, it's going to depend on the bank, Georgia, Pro Wash. It's going to depend on the bank. Some banks use what's called the SBSS score, which is basically a small business success score. And it is a blended score. So they take your personal experience and your business experience and they blend them together and they give you a SBSS score. Now, where you can find that SBSS score, and I'll put the link in the description, you want to go to nav.com and you want to get the loan builder plan. Okay. You want to get the loan builder plan for nav.com. Okay. But yeah, so when you get the loan builder plan for nav.com, you can get your SBSS score. Okay. And that is the only place that I know of where you can actually get the SBSS score. Okay. So great question, man. Great question indeed. Now, to answer your question about the scores, typically for approval with SBA loans, you want to be at about a 175. You want to be at about a 175 for an approval. Now, if we're talking about no doc, meaning no tax returns, no bank statements, then you probably want to be around 185 to 198. All right, so hopefully that made sense for you, Pro Wash. I heard a YouTuber talk about 100 Paydex score. She said for vendor accounts, you can order product, let it ship. Then once you receive it, pay it off. The next one was order, ship, pay. Yeah, I know who you're talking about, Andrew. She's here in Charlotte with me, man. You can get 100 Paydex. I mean, I don't necessarily recommend it, but yeah, you can get a 100 Paydex score. Yes, that is very, very attainable. Danielle says, should you be at a certain level of revenue before applying? It's going to depend, Danielle. That's why you want to have that conversation with the banker. So that's why I was saying you may not necessarily want to go in and ask for funding right away. That should be a question, though, that you would ask. How much revenue do you think I should be at, to get approved or to apply, or, kind of word it where it's like, how much income do y'all want without saying how much income do y'all want? I guess, the nuances of it, Danielle. So, but yeah, that's a good question that you want to ask the banker when you have that initial conversation. That's why I say a lot of times you can really call them up and have this conversation. You don't necessarily need to do the first conversation. Now, myself personally, I like to go into the branch if it's a new bank. If I don't have a relationship, if I don't have a business checking account, personal checking account, I'll go in and I'll introduce myself, sit down and have that conversation. But that's something that, you would have to ask that individual credit union or bank, Danielle, because it's all different depending on which one you go to. Some say, oh, we don't need paperwork. Other ones say we need 2 years of paperwork. Some say we need 1 year. So it's all different. Was that Mechanics and Farmers Bank? No, Barbara. I never had any dealings with Mechanics and Farmers, but I'm familiar with them up in Durham. That's so true. Me and the bank manager best friends at Regions in Washington, where we have, I'm telling you, Regions is dope. But I mean, it's the small local banks, man. Now don't get me wrong. I love me some Bank of America business credit cards. Don't get me wrong. I don't twist what I'm saying. I'm a 0% interest business credit card guy to the end, and Bank of America got them lined up ready for you. So, yeah, I mean, it's really gonna depend on the bank and what you're going for. Typically for business lines of credit, that's stated income, meaning you don't have to show any tax returns, docs, any things like that. But good question. You're very welcome, Ms. Diane. Appreciate you tapping in with the online training. What's going on, Facebook user? I don't know your name. Thank you. You're very welcome, Michael. I got my personal credit, no COC. I don't know what that means. No doc. Okay, cool. At this point in the game, there are some changes and where once you could have gotten further with no PG, but now it's not an option. It's definitely not just a score. Looking at, yeah, that's a good point, Jay. It's not the score, man. You got to really focus on the profile. I agree wholeheartedly. If my daddy was in the service and served, and he was a veteran, what document? I think you need a DD 172 form, Pro Wash. Don't quote me. You may have to call Navy and ask them, but they'll tell you what form you need. And I don't even think at this point you need the form. You may be able to get in just by telling them that story, bro. So I would just call Navy's. I would just call the customer service. I would do that, bro. Kingdom Living, man. You're very welcome, my brother. Appreciate you being on the live stream. We've been rocking for 2 hours. I was at the level of business funding, but they lowballed me because of revenue. They told me to come back when my revenue increased. All right. I don't know who that is in the Facebook group. You got your Facebook user. Let me go over here real quick and see who that is making comments. But yeah, man, what questions y'all got, man? We're gonna jump up out of here. You're very welcome, Andrew. I try to be, bro. I try to be, man. I'm just here to do the job, man, to help, business owners, entrepreneurs get funded, man. Because it is a challenge. It is tough. I had some success, but I also had my failures and my hiccups as well. Even y'all seeing this in real time, you know, this is all startup for me, right? You know, my first business was creative real estate wholesaling, right? Did pretty good at it, right? But you know, this became a passion, and now I'm turning it into you know, I don't want to say not a side hustle, but you know, a legitimate establishment, right? We working, you know, putting out the content. Y'all here every week rocking with me. I appreciate y'all. So you know, I'm here for the people, Andrew. That's what I do it for, bro. And I appreciate all your support, man, all the kind words you're giving me. You know, it don't go unnoticed, man. I remember everything, you know, even my man James, you know, he poured into me a little bit, told me keep going, telling me, um, telling me to keep doing what I'm doing because, you know, it is sometimes it can be stressful. It can be uh, what I'm trying to say. It can be thankless. You know what I mean? So I just appreciate all the love and all the people who rock with you, boy, man. So shout out to y'all, man. Let's see. Who is your bank contact that you mentioned could help us with our personal credit? Personal credit, Barbara? I'm not sure. I'm not sure who that is, Barbara. You have to get with me off on the side. A good book to read is Blue Fishing: The Art of Making Things Happen. It's about finding out. Okay. Blue Fishing: The Art of Making Things Happen. I'm gonna definitely tap in with that one, Georgia Pro Wash. I definitely got to tap in with that one, my brother. I appreciate you on that. It's about finding out about your endeavor and the things that they like and send it to them ahead of time before guaranteed approval. Damn. I like it. What business bank do you recommend? Our local credit union, but they trash. I like BB&T if they're in your area. Bank of America is good for a business bank account. Let's see who this is making these comments, man. Oh, that's Nosha. What up, Nosha? What business bank do I recommend? I like BB&T. Let's see who else. BB&T is. I mean, that's it. Bank of America is good. Chase is all right. Charlotte Metro, if you're in the Charlotte area. True Lion Federal Credit Union is dope. Who else, man? I mean, BB&T is at the top of the list. If I had one to choose, I would go with BB&T all day long. Well, Truist. Sorry, y'all. Truist. Now Truist. BB&T, now Truist. They don't want you to forget that. So I can't leave that out. BB&T, now Truist. Amen. Wholesaling. Yes, sir. Wholesaling. Make sure y'all go get that maxandnas.com course too, man. Shout out to my guy Max and Nas, my brother. You did wholesaling. I am trying to do that. Can I call you for some tips? Yeah, Barbara, you can reach out to me. Yeah, hit me up. We can talk about it for sure. You can open a Navy Fed with family being in military. Yes, Kingdom. You can definitely get into Navy Federal if you have family member that served in the service. My guy James, yes sir. I gotta get that tracksuit from you, homie. But yeah, man, I appreciate all the love, man. Appreciate you pouring into me, my brother. That meant a lot, man. That really went a long way, man. So, and we just gonna keep this thing going, man. Like I said, I'm gonna definitely tap in with you when we get to Tampa. I'm gonna tap in with my OG Lamar. You know, we gotta do a South Florida. We gotta hit South Florida. We're gonna hit Tampa. I'm gonna come to Texas. Shout out to Erica Classy Climb blog, the homie. She doing her thing. And we're just gonna keep working. We're gonna keep growing the channel, man. Y'all make sure y'all share the stream. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all like this for the YouTube algorithm, man. We're gonna get this thing rocking, man. We just getting started, y'all. We just getting started. Real talk. You just heard Kia come on the live stream. She started in August. She already got damn near 40 in funded business credit. And she got the MX popping. So yeah. The Amex is where it's at, man. Yeah, thank you for everything. Great platform. You welcome, Barbara. You know I got you. You definitely welcome, Barbara. So man, I think we're gonna wrap this thing up, man. We ain't got no questions. We're gonna rock, man. We've been rocking 2 hours strong, man. So I appreciate the love, appreciate y'all rocking with me. As always, man, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. And if you have not yet, go ahead and book your free strategy call. You want to get that in this week, man. I got a special gift for everybody who books their free strategy call this week. So text free to 980-825-4360. Again, text free to 980-825-4360. Make sure you jump in and get your free strategy call set up, okay? So yeah, man, I think we're gonna rock out with that, man. We won't have any further questions. Let's see what we got popping off. Through Verizon report. I don't think so. Nosha. I think that's you, Nosha. What business bank account recommend? I don't think Verizon reports. I know AT&T. I think somebody said they report to Experian Business AT&T. I'm not quite sure. Let me put it that way. But yeah, man, definitely, man. Appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. We've been rocking for 2 hours strong. So I appreciate y'all. As always, appreciate you. Hold on 1 second. Excuse me. Sorry, y'all. But yeah, man, we don't got any other questions, man. We're gonna get up out of this thing, man. We trying to evolve. I've been working on some stuff, man. Also, if you would like information on my 1-day boot camp, I'm hosting a 1-day boot camp in November. So if you would like more information, send me an email at info@cbcanetwork.com. info@cbcanetwork.com, and I'll post a link in the description when we post this video. My man said, "Go Bears." Is the Bears undefeated, Edward? What's going on with the Shy, man? Y'all got a hell of a stadium in Chicago, man. I gotta get back to Chicago, man. Shout out to my guy G Stano, my guy Gerard up in Chicago, man. My brother. I love the Shy. If I had one city to move to right now, my wife would let me move, I would go to Chicago. I got love for the ATL, though. But I would go to Chicago. Only in the summertime, though. Only in the summertime. I ain't staying in Chicago in the winter. Hell no, I'm coming back to Charlotte. I'm coming back to Charlotte in the summer. I mean, in the winter. I'm from Chicago, South Side. Okay, I see you, Nosha. South Side. Shout out to the South Side of Chicago. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go and get up out of here, man. Like I said, top SBA lenders list. That's how you can find banks in your local area. Make sure you use the Lender Match tool as well. That's 2 easy ways to find banks in your local area. Chicago, with all the violence here, I'm trying to leave. No, Chicago is beautiful, Lania. Don't do that. Chicago is a beautiful city. Man, they got the tower that leaned down. My wife said I was scared. I wasn't scared. I just was not finna get all the way in that thing, man. I wasn't scared, though. Baby said I was scared. I wasn't scared, man. I was rocking. I was good. But yeah, I mean, it's violence everywhere. It's violence in Canada. People in Canada be shooting it up. It's violence everywhere, Lania. But I get it, though. Are you born and raised in Chicago? I'm curious. Oh, my man, Kevin. What up, bro? Kevin, check your email, man. I sent out that email with the free gift, man. So tap in with me, man, the free trial. So and let me know your thoughts, man. I'm really trying to get some feedback before we kind of launch that thing. And you're very welcome, man. Very welcome. Definitely look forward to working with you guys on everything, brother. They 3-1. 3-1. Okay, cool. 3-1 ain't bad. My Niners, man. We 2-2. We can't get right. I think that Green Bay did something to us psychologically. We was on the road before Green Bay. Before Green Bay, we was literally on the road, man. They tripping here in Chicago is wild. Really? I don't know, man. I was just in the shop in July, man. I had a wonderful time, man. I love the shop. Maybe I don't know. I was on the west side. I don't know, John. I was on the west side. Is the west side better than the south side? I don't know. I just know Chicago a beautiful city, man. Beautiful place, man. Beautiful black people, man. So I still got love for the A. You know, I got love for Montgomery, Alabama. You know, South Florida, Broward. You know what I'm saying? Fort Lauderdale. I love for everybody. I love for the Carolinas, Charlotte, Raleigh, Durham, Bull City. You already know Greensboro, Chapel Hill. So I got love for everybody, John. I was on the west side of Chicago though, so I don't know. It was great. I had a good time. You just don't know the half of. Okay, yeah, I ain't from the Chi now, so that's true. You're right, no shit. I'm not from the Chi. Let's be clear. I'm Carolina's own. I'm not from the Chi, but I love the Chi. I will move to the Chi. Laney said yes. Okay. All right. Love the West Side. Yeah, I had to go get that Harold's with the mild sauce, man. I pulled up on them. I went 2 weeks back to Chicago. I pulled up on them fools every single time. Love that Harold's with the mild sauce. Oh man, my anxiety is at an all-time high here. Okay, yeah, you got to get up out of there, Atlanta. Yeah, if your anxiety going crazy, I know mine's been going crazy. I had to go get with a therapist, but yeah, man. If your anxiety going crazy, yeah, it's time to go. You need that peace of mind. All right, so it's a consensus that the Chi is not the place to move to; it's the place to visit. We agree on that. Okay. All right, man. Well, I appreciate y'all. I know we've been rocking. But yeah, man, definitely like, subscribe, join the channel. Podcast coming soon. Y'all already know podcast is in the works. Shout out to Dave Shands in the morning meetup, man. So make sure y'all join the morning meetup too. $1 free trial. Put the link in the description. Meet me there. Let's connect. Let's network, man. Let's have conversations outside of just business credit, business funding, man. Let's grow our businesses. Let's do it the right way. Let's give back to our local communities, man. And we'll see you guys next week, 8 p.m. Eastern on the channel. All right. Salute.